Hey, Shad here with SpeedX, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we're going to uncrate the LS2 Valiant II. The company behind LS2 has actually been around since the 90s. They've made millions of helmets, most of them for other brands that you've heard of, right? They decided about a decade ago they wanted to come out with their own brand direct to consumer. LS2 was born. So they want to over-deliver, always over-deliver. So they're going to give you more for your money. That is always their motto. You're going to see that with the Valiant II, all the cool features they've baked in addition to all the goodies they've got in the box. This is a 180 flip-up modular, so it is a full transforming helmet. We're going to go more into detail about that in a minute. But first, the price. So it's about mid-threes at this point. This is spring 2020. That's my pricing disclaimer. If you watch this at a later date and the price has gone up, don't get mad at me. But right now, it's right around $350. So it is an intermediate oval fit. They have shell sizes extra small all the way up to 3XL, so they are accommodating some of the bigger heads. Go by the LS2 sizing chart at SpeedX.com. Remember, if you don't get it right the first time, SpeedX offers risk-free shopping. We'll actually pay to get the helmet back to us, get you an exchange or a refund. It's up to you. Just make sure the helmet's new and original packaging, and we'll make sure to take great care of you. And remember, if you buy your next helmet from SpeedX, you'll actually ride faster, I promise. Let's dive in and look at the Valiant II. What are you getting for that $350-ish? Well, you are getting a fully modular helmet that you can ride in a bunch of different configurations. Let's flip this forward so you can see that full face configuration. So we have full face, we've got interior drop-down sun shield you're going to see there, and then instead of having a modular helmet, as you move it up, that sun shield gets out of the way of the chin bar and it flips to this 180 position. Why is that unique? Well, most modular helmets stop right here where the chin bar is locked out up on your forehead. It's going to drag, buff it. It's going to put weight in a weird spot, and it's not going to be a fun place to ride. Maybe you can cruise around, stoplight to stoplight when you get in town, but you're not going to really want to zoom around. Whereas with this configuration, this 180 flip top, you will be able to zoom around. You're not going to have as much protection in the front of this helmet, but it will give you that open or full face, or sorry, three-quarter riding experience, and you can work that sunshade. We're going to go into this in more detail, but let's first talk about the construction. That is one thing the LS2 has a unique patent on. It's the shell material. It's their KPA, or Kinetic Polymer Alloy material. So what this is the best of both worlds. There's usually either a polycarbonate or a plastic shell or a fiber shell, right? So carbon fiber or some mix of aramid fibers and fiberglass. Those are usually the two worlds we play in. LS2 has used nanotechnology to bring them together. So they emulsify aramid fibers into their polymer and injection mold a helmet with those fibers suspended in it. What that does is it gives you that puncture protection of a fiber helmet, but it gives you the cost savings of a polymer helmet, so it keeps the price down because they can injection mold it. It also lowers the coefficient of friction, so when you slide on a fiber helmet, it can get rough, those fibers get exposed and can drag, whereas a polymer or plastic helmet skids nicely across the road and reduces any sort of rotational forces working on your head as you're sliding. So kind of best of both worlds. Typically, plastic helmets don't do as well on that puncture protection, but with that KPA, it has beefed that up while keeping it an affordable helmet. So that is one thing I like to call out with LS2. They don't use it in all their helmets, but it is baked into the LS2. Let's talk about what makes this different from the original Valiant. So LS2 was one of the first helmet companies to do that full 180 flip-up helmet, the Valiant, the original Valiant. What have they improved on between these two helmets, the Valiant 1 and the Valiant 2? Number one is ventilation. So they've added two forehead vents here instead of a single ram air vent. That's going to increase the flow and the throughput, that Venturi exhaust. It's also a slimmer profile, so it doesn't sit up on your head as much. We're going to show you what it looks like on a rider. But it will sit lower than the original Valiant, which is awesome. And it also is a bit quieter, and they did that by reworking the bottom of the helmet. We'll show you that in a second. So, ventilation. We have these top vents. Pretty easy to work with a glove. It seems like they're all the way on or all the way off, and you do have two of those there. Let's flip this chin bar down. Check out that front grille ventilation. This is all the way on, all the way off. And then in the back, We do have an exhaust port on the bottom and up on the top. So that is going to create a vacuum exhaust venturi, sucking that hot air out and getting the cold air in. We'll show you the EPS in this is also channeled and ported so that that cool air rushing through the helmet actually gets onto your scalp. Let's talk about this face shield. Actually, this is a good time to show you what they've included in the box. So let me move this off to the side. Along with your Valiant II helmet, you get a bunch of goodies. You get this cool camo bag, which is a full backpack here, right? So you can carry around your helmet or whatever gear you want to carry around in. And then when you get this out of the box, it's going to be in the backpack with an LS2 helmet sock. All right, so that's pretty standard, but the backpack is a nice touch. Also, oh wait, there's more. Dark smoke shield. So you get that interior sun shield. That usually works for most people, and it gives you that versatility, right? If you keep the clear external on and run that internal sun visor, you're ready for all lighting conditions. But some guys just want to go dark smoke. They don't usually ride at night, different lighting conditions. They just want the dark smoke. They don't want to mess around with the internal sun visor. You don't have to buy it extra. They are including that. This is PinLock prepped, as is this one. Speaking of PinLock, here is your PinLock insert. So they're including all of this for that mid $300 price point. Pretty incredible. Also, full 5-year warranty. It's getting pretty hard to argue with the value here. Let me explain PinLock inserts. So that lens I showed you installs inside of your external shield, and that's going to manage fog. So PinLock inserts create a dual pane system to manage the temperature differential from the outside and inside. Inside you're breathing on it, outside it could be cool. That creates fog, right? So PinLock insert will reduce or completely eliminate fog. Let's flip this chin bar up and show you a little bit more about this face shield. So this external face shield, you see this lip on this. That is something that helmet companies do to reinforce face shields that are going to be run in an open face riding position, because you're not going to have that chin bar there to support it. So what they do is they reinforce that lip. You see that extra bead there. It makes it really nice and stiff. It's going to cut through the wind without buffeting, resonating, making all sorts of noises and being annoying, right? So this is an injection molded, really heavy duty, nice visor. We're going to move into the up position, show you how to switch it. They have a nice little switch right here. All you're going to do is pull that back and rock this out, and then you can go ahead, and you want to do bottom first. Rock it back into place, you're ready to go. So super straightforward. If you do want to do those shield swaps, it's something easy, toolless to do on the road. Pretty painless shield changes on this guy. There it is. Okay, cool. Let's show you how to work that sun visor inside. That's done with this mechanism over here on your left. Of course, you don't want it on your right. That's your throttle side, so they always put it on the left. This is a cable mechanism. Nice and smooth action. Feels really sturdy. It's going to last you a long time. If you do have any problems, whenever it comes to moving parts on helmets, I like to see the long warranty. Again, you're getting 5 years with this guy, so you will be covered there. You are, when it comes to comm systems, it does have a speaker pocket built in, so you can install whatever comm systems you want. Because of the slider, you're probably going to want to go with an adhesive mount here on your left side. You do have a little bit of room. It does get tight with this bar coming down, but you will be able to fit most comm systems right onto here. And one nice touch, if you notice what they wrote right here, it says the most stable mechanism in the world. Kind of a nice little humble brag underneath this chin bar mechanism. I mean, it does feel pretty stable. I don't know if it's most stable in the world, but LS2 seems to think so. It does feel nice and firm. I don't know, I thought that was interesting, so I called it out. Let's flip this over and show you what's on the inside of this helmet. It does have a quick release chin strap, which is really nice. Once you do quick release, it's hard to go back. So by quick release, I mean this is just a pull ratchet and you're in and out of this guy. They also have nice soft neoprene chin strap covers to protect your delicate chin, and we're just going to strap it back in there, pull to release, in and out of the Valiant II in no time. Also a nice touch. I really like this chin curtain, also kind of a neoprene feel. And when you flip this, they made it so it goes both ways, so it gets out of its own way and it kind of just rests here against the helmet. Just smart design so that things don't get hung up as you're transforming your helmet. Okay, how do they make it quieter over the Valiant 1, or how do you make a quiet helmet in general? You focus on the entry point. So most of the noise from helmets actually comes from below the helmet. That's where the road noise is coming from. Wind, the noise from your bike is all coming in from the bottom. Yes, the exterior of the helmet can make noise, but this is the number one place good helmet manufacturers focus on to reduce noise. And they do that by making a nice positive seal around the bottom of your neck with this beautiful chin curtain that is also part of these 3D molded cheek pads. So this helmet really clings around the bottom of your chin and keeps the noise out, keeps the elements out. We're gonna clip these out of the way. These are moisture wicking, removable, washable cheek pads. They've also added little holes, I don't know if you can see the holes here, in this red spot. And that's so that the noise from your speakers can actually get into your ears. So they're thinking ahead. Nice feel. See all those panels? Every time they put extra panels on interiors of helmets, that's more money, more craftsmanship, more time that's going into it. It looks cool. It feels nice. Feels like quality. Okay, cheek pads are out of the way. Okay. And because these are essentially your neck roll, the cheek pads aren't always a neck roll in the helmet, but when they are, it's nice because this is usually what gets torn up when you set a helmet down. And if you ever want to refurbish your helmet, you can do so just by buying a new set of cheek pads instead of cheek pads plus a neck roll and so on. Okay. Okay. We are out of the way. Now you're going to see the speaker pockets where you're going to install your speakers for your comm system. Sits right behind the chin strap here. We'll go ahead and remove this comfort liner so you can see what else is going on. This is just pull to release. And you can see the EPS foam here is channeled and ported so that that ventilation system actually works and keeps you nice and cool. So if you're looking for a modular helmet with all the bells and whistles, and you're the type of guy that actually wants to ride with your modular helmet in the open position, you're not just opening it for short stints to talk to a passenger or to, take in the scenery through town, but you actually want to ride an open face configuration quite a bit. These full flip 180 degree type helmets like the Valiant II are an awesome option because it gets that chin bar out of the way and you can zoom down the road without buffeting and all that sort of stuff. So Valiant II 5-year warranty, fits great, all the bells and whistles. Head over to speedaddicts.com to pick up your next LS2 helmet. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate, and don't forget to subscribe.